Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Yeah, okay. Students, a very warm welcome to you all on this fine evening. Let me make a small, crisp presentation about, how to present to a jury panel in a better way. Okay, pitch perfect. The usual thing that you need to understand is for the pitch perfect, you need a lot of practice sessions. So you have to, keep on practice and practice, because practice make everybody's perfect. Okay. So make sure that a perfect pitch comes with practice, but I'll give you some suggestions like, what are the things to do and to do's and don'ts, so that you can able to understand how to make an effective pitch. Okay. And you all know about me. I'm Dr. Arun Kumar. I'm an associate professor and NewGen IEDC faculty coordinator here in Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Center of Excellence in Innovation and Entrepreneurship, headed by Dr. Rama Vidyanathan ma'am. And our university, this is our university incubator, AKC, Abdul Kalam Center. And we are very proud to say that this is a startup TN recognized incubator. Okay, let me go to the slide. So what is meant by pitch perfect, and what are the things that you need to take care of? So one thing you have to really understand when you present your presentation to someone, because you have PowerPoint aid, okay, you can play with it. Play with it in the sense in a positive way. Like for example, your presentation should be impactful. That means, like, when a jury panel are listening to your project, forget about the jury panel. Think about audience. When you present to someone, it should be impactful. They have to say like, wow, that was really awesome. Maybe your idea, maybe your data that you collected, maybe your presentation skill, everything adds on, and whole a lot, it should be impactful. And that wow factor should be there. Okay. And it should be memorable too. Like, after your presentation also, we should be discussing about it. Sometimes this will happen. And remarkable presentations, after the presentation, we will be talking about the students. Wow, that students have really done a good job or something like that. So you have to do something about it, like, how to make your presentation memorable, and how juries should talk about your presentation, because that much amount of data should be there in your presentation. Precisely, that is important. To make it more impactful and memorable, what are the things that you need to stick on to that? In the sense, we have this many objectives. One is start with a clear goal. Number one, I'll again explain these objectives. Number two, objective is know your audience. Objective three is time budget. And objective four is like, some few examples are there. You should never try these examples. Okay, I'll give you examples. And then we have a template. I'll tell you what is a template, how many slides you have to make, and what is the time factor and all. Okay. Objective one, start with a clear goal. Okay, this is really important. So let me go to the slide. Just look at here. See, when you present to a person or a forum, so make sure that you are more ambitious, you are more interested. Otherwise, others won't. Okay, when you have some muddy ambitions, definitely it will reflect on your presentation too. So you say like nowhere or somewhere or something here and there, little, big, some of the values, some of the terms that does not have values. So make sure that you have a fine data, and then you're presenting with a Josh. Okay. Otherwise, your presentation might, frankly, I'll be telling, like, it'll be more sleepy, because the panel might be listening the presentations from the morning, and you're presenting the same and in a dull manner, in the sense, like, definitely you won't get a proper response. So your ambition will definitely reflect on your presentation. So if you keep on saying something like, more and more about the definition and all, and people might not be interested. So find out some interesting facts in it, and then you try to present, so that it will have a aim. Okay. So avoid, the first one is avoid aimless presentation in the start with a clear goal. And the same objective, you have something, you sometimes you can do like, start with an inspiration with a problem statement. How you got inspired with the problem statement. Inspiration in the sense, don't copy down the quotes usually students do. And I'm talking about the inspiration about the problem statement and pain points. How you got, inspired about this particular problem statement, and then how you are inspired to give a solution for it, and how you form the teams. All these things you can state in the first slide. And what really speaks in the sense, numbers, surveys. Like for example, when you talk about a problem statement of public transport, I'm not that much interested. And again, when you just convey that in a figures, that is numbers, how in the sense how much in India, and how much of people use public transport, and out of which how many men and women. So this is what called as data. Then I'm ready to listen to your particular slide. When you talk about a problem statement in a public transport, so numbers always speaks. So make sure that in your presentation, a problem statement, numbers of surveys are being incorporated. Okay. And objective 2, know your audience. So this is really important. What is in the sense, like, when you're presenting to your classmates, and when you're presenting to your juries panel, and when you're presenting to a government sector, when you're presenting to a funding agency, when you're presenting to an angel investor or venture capitalist, all these things matters. So know your audience first, whom you are presenting to. So when you want to know your audience, you have to just check it out about the awareness of the particular topic. Like for example, here we have a lot of technologies, right? From biotechnology, microbiology, and then IoT, and then mechanical. We have a lot of other sectors, biosensors, sensors, and then machine learning, AI, artificial intelligence, robotics. All these things are a cluster of knowledge. And remember that whom you are presenting, it should be simplified. Sometime like I won't know much about machine learning. So if you want to just clarify the so if you want to just clarify what is what, like what sort of technology that you are explaining, make it simple like this. Like for example, if you are explaining about IoT, so to the jury panel, you just make sure that a simplified form, what is the real use of IoT, and in which way I am planning to give a solution in IoT. So make sure that in a single slide. I'm not talking about the definition part of something, but still you can explain what you want to do about in IoT and what is about IoT. So make sure that the jury panel understands both. And so in the know your audience, please don't be overconfident. At the same time, don't have the fear of presentation. It has everybody has it. And sometimes it reflects in either way, either in overconfidence or in fear of presentation. So attitude is really important, which guides how much proof is needed, because sometimes like a competition, it goes like again and again, deep diving, deep questions will be asked, and what happens in the sense, it will be like an awkward situation over there. So make sure whatever you have, whatever the data that you have, remember that you know more about it, because you deep dive the particular problem statement and you have given the solution. Make sure you present it neatly, and if any suggestions given by the jury panel, make sure that you accept it in a positive way. Okay, so this is really important. And usually fear of presentation, what happens, you will be having a lot of data in your mind, but fear of presentation completely removes the clarity in the presentation, because you might be thinking about something in presentation, but obviously the output will be somewhat totally wrong. So make sure that you don't have both the criteria. And objective 3. So time budget. This is really important. You have heard about the money budget, but time budget is really important because you are stepping one stone ahead, one step ahead in entrepreneurship. So when people talk about entrepreneurship, you want to do about entrepreneurship. You want to try out your very own startup and your very own idea. You want to make a solution. So time budget is the first thing you should know about. So what is time budget and how you can able to do it? Usually universal law is in the presentation. Okay, 10, 20, 30. What is that in the sense? 10 slides, 20 minutes, 30 font in the PowerPoint. So whatever that I have listed here is 22 point. Okay, so 22 is the size of the font. So what you should know is anywhere from 20 to 30 font size is good for a presentation. 20 to 30, minimum 20, maximum 30. And what do we have here is for the Thursday and Friday presentation, but that slots will be decided from the AKC team and it will be posted in the WhatsApp group and then through the mail. We also will be forwarding that slot timing to the respective departments also. So 10-minute time will be given to you, 10 slides you have to put, and then most of the cases make sure that you use short bullets and points. Okay, no paragraphs, because okay, this is not like a regular presentation, and keep it very simple. Okay, and that's what font size I said, 20 to 30. And then do a final check for a time frame. Once with the 10 slides, whether you can able to complete it within 10 minutes or not, you just check it out again and again. Because when you do that, it makes a perfect pitch to complete. So this always it has been recommended, because the way of your pronunciation and the way of communication skills, what is the mistake that you usually do? Don't present it with yourself, like present it with your friends, so that suggestions, and you take their suggestions and again you just practice. Sometimes too many ideas, too much of text, too much of fuzzing, and too much of time will be too little impact. So make sure that you make your point precise, and you add a lot of data, which is like a surveys or something like that. You've collected more data. Sometimes giving a pictures about the competition, existing product will give you like, oh this is what you collected. You spend a lot of time in surfing about the problem statement and solution. You'll be able to notice. So don't try these examples, because these are the usual mistake that we used to see from students. We'll have some examples here. See, this type of thing, like background image, and at the time they will be posting about the paragraph writing. This will create a huge problem. Okay, don't do this. And the second one, this is number one, don't do this. And the second one, don't explain poor. Like, sometimes students will like, who are the poor? Poverty is like, this is a definition. We don't want the juries will understand. Juries have some knowledge, and juries know about poor, right? So at that time, we don't care. I'm not telling like we are not caring about the poor, but we understand the definition of poor. So give us the fact data. Sometimes collect the information about in India how much of poor is there, and in numbers. So how much? What is the categorized? What are the key indicators? And what is the key performance indicators to enrich these poor into middle class? So all these things, that kind of data is what will make the juries okay to listen more and more. We don't want definition, we want surveys about the facts. That is one thing. One sec. Hello, sir. So we don't want definition, we want the facts. This is really important. Okay, and see this slide. See, this kind of slides also we don't want, like, you know, collecting random of pictures from internet and then talking about IoT. Instead, simplify what is IoT and what you are going to do about the IoT in uses, either industry use or commercial use, or, you know, that kind of thing you can focus on. So this kind of pictures, like, it will create a lot of fuss. And follow the template. Now we will be posting the template by tomorrow morning, and this is the template that we are going to give. So just follow the template and then copy your you know, idea and other thing. Slide 1 is for team in the sense team details. You can create miracles over here, like, you know, sometimes you can copy the image of your team members and then mentors, if any. If no mentors right now, no problem. The students team alone is just good. Or if you have mentors photos and their designation, and your team, you know, students and their designation, what is their core company, like that. You can be creative in this slide. Single slide I'm talking about team. Okay, slide 1 is team. And Shivraj, don't scribble. So slide 2 is the problem statement. Slide 2 is the problem statement. What is the problem statement you are going to, you picked, your team picked? Okay, so be very clear in that. And remember, in the problem statement, give importance about the data, about, like, you know, how much of statistics, how much of you know, people, how much of how many number of people got affected by particular problem statement, because this will in turn convert into a customers later. So they are your early adopters. Remember whom you are addressing to, who is your target customer. Okay, so problem statement, make sure that give importance to the number of people who are really affected by this problem statement. And proposed solution. What is your proposed solution for the problem statement? Okay, so make sure that make it very clear that, you know, what are the things, what is the prototype you are going to make and how it will solve the problem. Make it very simple, either diagrammatic or in a bullets. Okay, anything you can put it. And slide number 4 is existing solution, because when problem statement is already there, already existing solutions will be there. So make sure that what is the existing solution you have to really mention here. Okay, and slide number 5 is your idea uniqueness. So what is your idea uniqueness? In term, we call it as value proposition of your idea. So we don't want to right now confuse your, you know, by using a lot of terms about unique value proposition and all these things. But still, this is really important, because when you provide a solution, that solution should not be that much easy to copy and then replicate or something like that. So make sure that you do it. And slide 6, diagram, if any. If you're talking about the prototype or something like that, if you have diagram, just show it, because it strengthens your presentation. Okay, so either pencil diagrams or pen diagrams, or sometimes, you know, CAD diagram is not needed in this stage, because it's when you're in ideation stage. If at all you are having a CAD diagram, it's okay, no problem. You can also post it over here in the slide. So slide 7 is targeted customer. Who is your targeted customer? And probably you focus on who is the target customer and who is going to use it. Like this is like an end user. So when you make a solution for a problem statement, who is going to use it? And the targeted customer also, you can focus on the facts. How much number of target segment customer are there in Chennai, and how much is there in Tamil Nadu, and how much is there in India? In India, how many target customers will be there for your product or you know, services? So that you can focus on. And slide number 8 is market analysis. Market analysis in the sense, make sure that you know, do a kind of survey and then find out by using the early slide target customers and other thing. how much of revenue making you can do, some sort of market analysis you can do it, and then you can present it. Sometimes figures will speak here. So how much of revenue you can able to make by selling a product, all these things like your projection, financial plan, something. If you know more about market analysis, you can project here. Or if you collected a few data in market analysis, you can project here, no problem. These are the slides really will be an add-on to the existing presentations, remember. Okay, but the more important is your problem statement which you have chosen and your solution. And these are the slides will create a value to your presentation. Slide 10 is contact details, about your contact details and your email ID and then mobile number and all the contact details. You just list it up once. Okay, and preferably if you don't have a LinkedIn account, create one. And then because LinkedIn is a professional network, you can also provide that in the contact details. So make sure that you do it. Okay. Slide 10. Thank you. So thank you slides, you have to put one. But this is also thank you slide for my presentation. So do you have any other doubt you want to just clarify? You want to just ask regarding the Thursday and Friday presentation? You can raise it in WhatsApp. We are ready to provide. Tomorrow we will be providing the time slots for Thursday and Friday presentation. Okay. So once it is done, you just directly log in to that particular time. Only 10 minutes you have to take and clearly present it, and then to the jury panel and then go. This is the first set of presentation that you are going to do. Remember, AKC team will be listening to your talk, and then we will give suggestions to you. Just note it down. And then again, this is the first level of presentation. Second level of presentation will be there to again jury panel. Then your idea will be selected and you have to improvise more. Okay. So make sure that you try to utilize. I really wish all of you to get a huge success in this NewGen IEDC project, because this is not a project. This is your life transformation. We can say that, because you have been promoted from student to an incubating. And in future, you will be owning your very own startup. Remember, we already created the buzz here in our university. More than 15 startups. They have registered startups are there. Okay, so student startups I'm talking about, student entrepreneurs who really have a company name in them, and they are working on to getting more and more revenue. Okay, so I hope it's clear to everyone. So if you have any doubt, you can also put it in the chat box. I'm ready to answer, or otherwise we will close the session. I hope everybody here is already there in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so Rizwan, anything to add? Is the presentation online, sir? Yes. Pavitra, yes, the presentation is online. We will be providing the Zoom link and the time slot to you. At that particular time, you have to just log in and then you have to present. Okay. Any doubt? Anything you want to ask? How much time will be given to create, produce the project, sir? Oh, it's about the prototype. You'll be having up to 8 months time, okay, to complete your prototype. Okay. Any other? Whole team members should present, or any one member is enough, sir? Whole team members should be present in the presentation, during the presentation. Anyone can present, no problem. At least try to not like problem set. 1 or 2 slides, please don't share. At least 2 members can share a slide. It's not a big deal. Okay, don't be a silent member or something like that. Can we change the topic apart from the registered topic? Yes, yes, you can, because we always do that in between also. Sometimes students will start their project work and they come to know that this is not doable, or this is not have the market potential. Then we eventually they will change the topic. So anytime can change the topic, but make sure in Thursday, Friday, make sure that you're making a deal solution. That is really important. If anyone is the individual, then what can be the team slide? No problem. If one is that your name and student name and details alone, you just put it as in the team. No issues. Sir, can I have 2 idea project presentations? Obviously, sometimes if you have 2 ideas, then present the both. Okay, as the juries, which idea, which problem statement we can present, because problem statement is really important. So juries will tell you like which problem statement to present, then you can present that. For both the idea, then you just work on the PPTs. That's what Varsha. Both the idea, you just keep it separate slides. Tell the juries that this is a problem statement, this is a solution, and the juries will tell you like what problem statement and the solution you need to present. That idea you can present it anytime. We can change it. Sir, when we want to submit my presentation, no need to submit your presentation. See, at the Zoom link we will be giving share option will be given to you, share screen option, so you can directly present it from your phone or from your desktop. If there is a personal interviews of market, can we share them in the presentation? Yes, Radesh, absolutely. If you have any personal interviews about the market analysis and other things, really we do encourage these things, because it's a kind of customer personas. Okay, if you already done so, then you can present it in the market analysis. No issue. That means you really started work on the particular problem statement. We do agree. I hope it is clarified with you, Radesh. So any other queries? Yeah. Good evening, sir. Is a presentation on coming Thursday and Friday? Yes, it's on coming Thursday and Friday. Don't need to worry about it. No fear factor on presentation, or don't think that jury panel will be the AKC team initially, because this is your first presentation. We are not going to criticize. Nobody is there to criticize your presentation or something like that. We just say that what are the improvements can be done for your presentation to make it more better. Okay, so make sure that we will be giving suggestions in the initial presentation, and then only you're going to present it with the jury panel. So this Thursday and Friday, coming Thursday and Friday only. Yeah. Any other doubts? Sir, can we add conclusion from survey conducted by us? Yes, Vishwajit. Yes, conclusion you can add. Okay, try to fit into the target customer or in any of the slides which I've listed above. Okay, you can. And Varsha, Allied Health Science Department students having semester on this Friday, sir. So can you please schedule the slot on Thursday? Yes, I think Yogesh, can you note this down?
We have noted, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, our team is working at the back. Definitely, Varsha, they have noted down. and we'll make sure that, okay, we will plan accordingly.
We will post the slot shortly, sir. I request the students to be active in the WhatsApp group so that they can confirm their presence.
Okay. Is it necessary to explain the whole process of making a product? No. Who is this? Surely it is not necessary to explain the whole process of making the product and all, because that is in technology sector. What is the technology that you are providing? Okay. So we make sure that we initially, during the initial presentation, we will be very keen to listen about the problem statement. How far the problem statement is having the pain points, what is the target customers and all, and then what is the feasible solution that you are providing, your prototype and your ideation stage alone, and then the whole process of making the product, all these things comes in the your monthly schedule. When your project is selected, then we will be asking about the technology readiness level of your product, from idea to how you are converted into a proof of concept, from proof of concept to minimal viable product, and then to a prototype. So there are a lot of TRL levels are there. From TRL level 1 to TRL 10 is there. So that time only we are focusing on. And these presentation, Thursday and Friday, we will be asking more about the problem statement and the solution, and some part of technology. Like if you are telling the prototype, at least some kind of work, how it works or something like that. Some kind of technology also needed. Not the whole process of making a product. I hope you got it, Shirley. Yeah. So, any other doubt? Rizwan, you want to add any concluding remarks?
I think your session most briefed about the process and what they have to do next. Yeah. So the only thing which I want to include is we are here, so we can help you, we can assist you regarding in the ideation stage. So feel free to reach us. And then we expect your activity in the WhatsApp group also. If we are posting something, so very shortly Yogesh is going to post the schedule, complete schedule. Please go through the complete schedule. If you are not feeling right at the time, please let us know early, because it is going to be a first in first serve basis. So that's it from my side.
Very clear, I think so. Yeah. So because and pharmacy is telling that from Thursday onwards they are having exam, and Pavitra from Faculty of Education is telling that they are having an international conference on Thursday and Friday. See, remember, we are flexible at a point of time. Sometimes we can have your presentation, but we can listen your presentation from 4 to 5 also, from Thursdays to Friday, if it is your exam is scheduled or something like that, because we are flexible. Just you have to accept in the WhatsApp group. And then I think some of the groups, if we can't able to fit in Thursdays and Fridays, we can listen on Saturdays. Very few groups I'm talking about. Okay, those who have some reasons to do it. But remember, we need to show progress, so we need to act fast. This is 10 minutes of time. If you can't able to focus on 10 minutes of time, if you're telling that any exams is there, then something is there. Like, okay, so make sure that after 4, I think your exam time will be, you will be free after 4. So that time you can focus on. That time we can fix a slot for you also, no problem. So I think we are clear from our side. If anything, it will be posted in the WhatsApp group and the mail IDs that we have received. So kindly be interactive in the WhatsApp group. Okay, whatever the doubts, sir, it is necessary to explain completely in English. Mohammad Asghar, it is not mandatory that you have to explain in English, but try to explain in English. And if you can't able to explain some of the facts in English, then you can convert into, you can talk in Tamil or something like that. Okay, so no problem in it. So you can use your language to explain it, no problem in it. But we will be thinking like, what one of the criteria that our AKC team having in mind is you should be a doer, so that when you start your presentation, we will know, like, how far you are really interested in the incubation program. So definitely. Okay, Yogesh, shall we conclude the session?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, students, for listening today's talk about pitch and how to do it, how to present it. So when you start your presentation on Thursday and Friday, kindly keep in mind the hints that I have provided, and we will be posting the template also in the WhatsApp group shortly. Okay, so that you will get an idea about what is what. And we do have a listen. And this is not a only session on pitching. We have a lot of skills on pitching sessions. 30-minute pitch, and then 30-minute pitch is there. Elevator pitch is there. So everything need a lot of things. And pitching, this is not the perfect pitch. Remember, this is the pitch for your introduction about the problem statement. Usual perfect pitch, you have to include about the business plan and your prototype, a minimal viable product, and a lot of other things, unique value proposition. Okay, all these things it should be included in the pitching. But this sort of pitching is only I have listed only for the preliminary presentation, preliminary disclosure. Okay, fine. So thank you students. Thanks a lot.